Hi everyone, so today I wanted to carry on exploring the tarot cards as connected with the archetypes of Krans' Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. I find that it's such an interesting and unique way to delve deeper into the cards and to go beyond, just the standard textbook explanations of the cards that you find online, and to start thinking a bit more creatively about how you can think about each of the cards and how they connect into universal themes that affect us all and live within us all. So I'm using the Pagan Otherworlds deck, one of my favourite decks. I'm just going to draw our card for the day. Okay, we have the Two of Cups. Beautiful card. And something I really love about this deck in particular is that the minor arcana don't feature people or animals. They're not figurative, which means that they're much more open to interpretation and can be read more universally, I think. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful card. And let's draw our archetype for the day as connected with the Two of Cups energy. Okay, the empty room. So we have the Two of Cups and the empty room. Okay, I'm going to read what Krans says about the empty room. Just find that. Here we go, the empty room. The vortex, the abyss, the nothing. The empty room haunts us all. It is the universal and all too frequent feeling of lack, of wanting, of the craving to fill ourselves with something, anything. We too often attempt to remedy the discomfort of the empty room by any means necessary, leading us to a culture of more. Ironically, the empty room is filled to the brim with potential, yet we perceive it as not enough. This card is a cry for patience, for sitting within the barren walls of not knowing, for awaiting true vision and purpose before attaching to what we should do next to save our outward appearance. Be with the nothingness, be with the impatience. The empty room has immense power. Let others wonder what you are doing. If you can settle into the magic of emptiness, you will soon hear its whispers of wisdom. The archetype of the empty room is also portrayed as the hungry ghost, always feeding and never satiated. A day of silence is a surefire way to harness the power of the empty room. Spaciousness, potential, possibility. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What an interesting connection between these two cards, I think, because so often we associate the Two of Cups with love, relationships, connections, a kind of coming together of two full self-actualized energies. And so often we're taught this message that in order to find true love and in order to find our soulmates, that we need to be full within ourselves and actualized and sure of who we are. And I think often that can lead people to force themselves into boxes, or try to put themselves out there in a certain way, they try to present themselves in a way to the world in the hopes that doing that will attract somebody to them. And what is it all for? Well, it's often to fill a void, a feeling of loneliness or emptiness. So often we go to the wrong places to find love. We go to places that are incredibly destructive, incredibly harmful to us, and are going to do great damage to our own self-esteem. And we do it in the name of love. We are able to tolerate so much in the name of love, aren't we? And so much of that is because we don't want to face the emptiness. We don't want to face the void within us. We don't want to face the idea that we might not really know who we are. And I think this card brings a sort of really refreshing look at what it means to be in true connection with someone, whether that's in a love relationship or it's platonic, whether it's within a business partnership or a friendship. It doesn't really matter. I think what this card is really saying is you come to a relationship fully when you can actually express your vulnerability, and you are able to actually own the fact that you don't necessarily know who you are or where you're going or what you're doing or what you're going to be able to bring to that relationship. You can't possibly know everything about who you are and where you're going. There is always going to be some emptiness there, and that's a wonderful thing. The potentials that you bring to someone else's life when you're open to saying that you don't have all the answers, and you're willing to expand and be flexible and learn and grow and develop and learn from each other and teach each other, because if you think you already have all the answers, you're not going to be open to learning from somebody else. And that's the true joy of being in a relationship with someone, in any form of relationship. And you can really see that here with the two rocks beginning to intertwine, and there's kind of an empty space between them, and I think that's so beautiful. And in between that space you can see a river meandering into the horizon, and there's a feeling there of a limitless potential, of centeredness, of two beings coming together and seeing what they're able to create together, which is so different from what they would ever have been able to create on their own. And part of that has to be being open to the emptiness in you, and reframing that as potential and willingness to grow and to learn and to be open. I think that's such a beautiful connection, and one that I never really would have made if it weren't for drawing these two cards. Well, I hope that's been helpful. Maybe some thoughts to take away on this are, how can I be open to learning from the people around me? What do my relationships say about where I can grow? How can I better accommodate the idea of potential within my relationships, and how can I use the idea of becoming or arriving into my potential within my relationships to help them flourish? Beautiful. Well, thank you very much for watching.